Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me. You know me, guys. Almost doing daily content in this stage. But I got some very important topics. Now, there was a topic in my head I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I low-key forgot it, but I'm gonna talk, and when I remember it, I'll tell you about it. But let's talk about the topic that I remember I really wanted to talk to you guys about today, which is that things don't need to be hard, or things shouldn't be hard. Now, I know that this seems like foreign in some capacities. And I'm not saying things should be easy either. I'm not saying things should be simple, but I'm saying that when you are trying to do something, when you're trying to go into a place, when you're trying to do something, things shouldn't be like painstakingly difficult for you to do, as if you're like, dragging your balls across the concrete, or you're fucking gritting your teeth, or it's like you're scraping your nails against concrete either. Things shouldn't be like that, especially when you're trying to get into a career path, when you're trying to get into something that you want to do. Because you want to know why. If you were to get into something like that you genuinely hated and then made your life feel like hell, even though in some cases you might maybe even be talented at it, you're gonna hate your life. You're gonna absolutely hate your life. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it, and eventually, at one point or another, you will find yourself quitting. You will. You will. Believe me. This happens to so many people. They go to school. They study some degree for I don't even know how many years. Then they get a job, and of course, a job's a job just on its own. And then you're doing something that you hate. Then you mix in those two things. Before you know it, people are like in their mid to even late 20s, even 30s, goddammit, and they're just switching career paths. It happens all the time simply because they hated the hell out of what they did. Now, I understand. I'm not saying money isn't the real thing. I'm not saying you shouldn't care about money. I never said that to you. But what I am saying to you is that, especially if you're younger, this is something I want you to also pay attention to, is that if you're going to pick a career path, pick something that is valuable to people. Yeah. Pick something that is valuable to people, or that can be some sort of valuable to people that you enjoy. I feel like not many people talk about that part. They're like, oh, pick what you love doing. It's like, it's not just about that. It's not about what you just love, but it needs to be valuable to other people. Then if it's valuable to other people, you can obviously monetize that. And then boom, that's your living. There you have it. You'll never go broke. You'll never go hungry because you have a skill that you love, that you enjoy, and then your life is significantly less drama than what it would have been otherwise. Another thing too is that I've been watching a lot of Elliot Hulse, right? So I'm kind of reiterating some of the stuff I've been adding in my own spin in some areas. But another thing also too that I want to tell you guys is that some things, right, they're difficult or hard, or even in some cases impossible for you to do simply because they weren't meant for you. Now, I would also argue that I believe that it's in the method within your being introduced to this specific thing, and within the methods of how you are learning this specific thing. So when you combine those two things, then you can find many people finding it damn near impossible to do or carry on or even excel in certain areas simply because of like how mentally foreign it is to them and how emotional mentally foreign it is to them. Right? That's one thing. But I guess in another capacity of the same point, which is that like something too that I want you to remember when we're talking about this is that sometimes in life, like some of us, we might complain, we might wish we were this person, we might wish our lives were like this. And you know what? Hey, for all intents and purposes, I said maybe, underline the word maybe, it would have been the better choice for you. Maybe. I guess on paper. But the thing is that sometimes God or the universe doesn't put us in those circumstances and positions, even though from the outside they might look favorable. But if we were to be in them, it wouldn't be good for us. It would not be good for us. It would not sustain us. And on top of that, it's not within our trajectory and path that we're supposed to go into. Where it's not aligned to that. And I know that can be a very hard pill to swallow and to eat, and I'm not saying that it's true, at least all the time true in all capacities 100% of the time. For your situation, my point could be 60% true in the sense that it probably might have not been the thing for you. or maybe you might have felt terrible or miserable in there, or maybe would have took you into a path that just wouldn't that just isn't aligned with where you're supposed to go and what you're supposed to do within your life, you know. So that's also another thing. Like, it's in my life, dude, I've been open about this. I've made tons of mistakes. Each time I keep on learning, getting better. I make less and less mistakes along the way, but I keep on learning. I don't know everything, and you too, you're watching, you keep on learning. You just like you're watching, listening. You're also not perfect. You also make mistakes. I know that you do, and it's fine and it's okay, because that's what it means to be human. That's what it means to be a human being, But it's the process of learning. But I digress. My point I'm trying to make to you guys is that like, things shouldn't be like painstakingly difficult if you guys want to do something. It shouldn't be like that. It's very unnatural for things to be that way. Now, I'm not saying that it needs to be like easy. Now, obviously, guys, this is life. Like, some things are not going to be great. Of course, there's going to be red circles and disadvantages to everything, really. And those disadvantages can really, really suck and be exceptionally inconveniencing and annoying. No doubt in my mind. But also at the same time, we also need to be honest about where we're going and what we want and what's going to happen. That's a real thing. Like, another thing too that I also want to emphasize that I didn't talk about. I guess I did talk about it in my first video, but I don't mind emphasizing it again, because that's really what we're talking about in this stage of my channel, which is that, guys, don't make emotional decisions based on temporary circumstances, based on temporary feelings like tiredness, hunger, sadness, like whatever it is. Do not make major life-changing decisions. Like, for example, like, I have this teacher at my new school environment place. Last week we all agreed that we're going to do a certain assignment on Monday, which would be tomorrow at this stage, because it's Sunday right now. But then what does she do? A late night today, she sends a message saying, no, it needs to be done on Tuesday. Like, and look, I genuinely don't like this girl. I genuinely fucking hate this girl, because I don't understand what her deal is. I just don't fucking get it. She thinks that I don't get it. Maybe in her mind, like, we're all living in her movie. She doesn't understand that, listen, all of us in this bitch have shit to do too. I remember I said to her, I was like, why can't we just do this stuff on Saturday? Because we also have classes on Saturday. She was like, no, I'm busy on Saturday. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. It's work. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's work. Like, what do you mean you're busy? You want to go on Friday? Like, side note, I know there's a little bit of tangent, but fucking I'm adding it. It's like, for me, in school, I love old teachers. I love old teachers. I love teachers in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Oh yeah, give me them. I love them. Give me some, because when you're dealing with these 20 something year teachers, they're busy looking at you guys as if you guys are equals or some shit, and they feel like they're competing with you. And they're hyper emotional, and God forbid if they're women. Jesus fucking Christ, that's even worse. But even still, then if they're guys, it's like they're the most emotional. Like, they're like kids who have power. It's like, who the fuck, like, on Friday, I want to go out. It's like, we don't give a fuck. We paid school fees to be here. Jesus fucking Christ. But still, like, I remember one time we were in class or something. I was telling her that. She was like, I wasn't saying all the stuff I was saying. I was basically saying, can we do it? Then she was like, oh, other teachers aren't flexible with their schedule, so why should I be scheduled as mine? Then I literally said this was because they're other teachers. They're not students. They're not in university. They're actual teachers. So that's why they can do their full 3 hours of class with us, and you can't. And then I saw she moved back. She was like, she got offended or something, and I don't give a fuck. And I remember I had some anxiety about this. I was like, damn, maybe she's gonna hate me. And I was like, you know what, dude? Fuck it. Like, I only have 1 year with this girl as my teacher, and then after that, like, whatever. So what? I remember I had this bitch for creative arts teacher in grade 9. Jesus fucking Christ, I hate that woman. Like, I don't know what her deal is or what type of stick she had shoved up her ass, whichever one it is, but she genuinely fucking sucked, and nobody liked her. I don't know what her deal was. Like, we were fucking kids, and then you're fucking... Once again, she was a teacher in her 20s. Like, who would have knew, right? But I digress. But generally speaking, that's aside from the point. But still, that's just a frustrating situation for me. I also have frustrating situations with my family members, right? I don't want to talk about that one. But still, I'm just saying that, guys, don't like throw away all that. I'm not gonna go to class now and start telling her off, being like, you fuck. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna shut up, do whatever the hell she said I must do, hand it in, and fuck off. And that's all I'm ever gonna be about it. But still, like, I'm just saying with some of those things, it's that with you guys. Like, dude, I was going through a moment where, like, before I came to this school, I wasn't even sure if I was going to even find a school. It was super scary and stuff. And, after some time and some soul searching, I started slowly coming to the realization that, dang, maybe I might not be able to find a school for this year. It was that crazy. Eventually, I found this school and whatever. And yeah, it's not perfect. It's good in some cases, not good in some cases. But, I guess education is education. But I'm just trying to say to you guys that, like, don't be emotional and do something stupid and throw your life away over one person. Like, in life, you're gonna meet people who have sticks shoved up their assholes, like completely shoved up their assholes. Like, the whole stick is entirely and firmly placed inside of their asshole. Like, they're terrible human beings, awful, and they suck. I get it. Like, don't believe me, I understand. I've dealt with those people ever since I was a kid, dude. Some of you guys even live with those people. Even me, low key. But anyways. But my point I'm trying to make you to understand is that the main thing you guys got to know is that you have to put your life into your own hands. You have to put your life in your own hands, because if you are not doing that, you're going to affect yourself. You're going to affect yourself in the sense that you think that things are going to be okay. You think things are going to be fine. You think other people are going to take care of you. I'm here to tell you that nobody's here to take care of you. Nobody's going to do that. Not your siblings, not even your mom, your dad, your sister. Like, I know some of you guys wish you had these perfect parents, but a lot of you guys just don't. Some of you guys even don't have some parents, and that's terrible. And I genuinely feel all types of pain for you. But my point I'm trying to make it to you guys is that you really are on your own in this world. Like, you truly, truly, truly are. A lot of people, they might say they like you, but they're not going to do shit for you. They might be nice and talk, say whatever, but it's not going to work well for you. So really what I'm trying to say to you guys is that you have to be the number one account in your life, your accountant in your own life. And you need to do what's best for you, and you need to follow what's in your heart and what's going to work out for you. And that includes working within the circumstances that you're within, no matter how imperfect, for all intents and purposes, that might be. But I also want you to remember that no matter what you are, what you're dealing with, you can always turn it and flip it into a better situation. But let's finish off with this one point. Guys, things are not supposed to be hard. If you want me to give you a little secret tip, I've noticed that with everything, with a lot of things, industries and games, where things are kind of repetitive in one capacity or another, there's a meta to it. Like, things don't have to be painstakingly difficult. Like, I understand why certain people are, like, it's effortless for them to be successful. It's effortless because I've experienced that level of success in some areas of schoolwork, in some areas of sports, because I get it. Like, it's not a painstakingly every 2 minute type thing, no. And it's mainly and boils down to IQ and getting down to the core fundamentals of what this game or what this thing requires and wants for you to succeed. And as soon as you know and understand that, you don't need to remember or work that hard too much. Maybe you might need to refurbish some areas ish kind of, and I hear that, but it's not really that difficult after that point. You just keep on going, really. You just keep on going and you keep on getting success. That's why that's why I understand why it looks like some kids, they don't study at all but they get 90%. I totally get it. And you want to be one of them. So the way I can basically tell you to do that is that the number one thing you got to look for when you're about to do something, look for what specifically constitutes winning. No, let's not start there. Let's start here. What is the thing that you are doing? What is it? What does it want? Like, you need to look at what is it in terms of the material, and what is it in terms of its requirements from you in order to pass it within that context. Long story short, I'm telling you to be hyper specific in terms of what you're looking at, what's needed, and what's needed from you. Because a lot of the times you'll spend yourself doing all this fluff work all around, all for it not to pay off or do anything for you. And that is because you are not focusing on that specific thing. Look into the fundamentals of that. What is that thing? It's a game, it's whatever, it's this. And what does that look for? And what you'll really notice is that winning comes down to literally like 1 to like literally sometimes even say less than 5 points or around 5 points. Super simple, super easy, super basic, all interlinked and connected, and that's it. And then you start seeing the money roll in. Now you start seeing all your life starting to move up. Meantime, you're not like, clenching your ass cheeks so fucking hard all the time. So, like, that's really the video, guys. But that's really the next video. The next video I'm going to talk about is really going to be goated. But this video is also very important. But refer back to the beginning of this video because I kind of veered off towards the end. But yeah, guys, that's all for me. Peace out, bye. Tell me what you think about my hair if you're even looking at it. If not, play the next video. Peace out, bye. See you guys in the next one. Peace out, bye.